Today I'm going over my paycheck routine that enabled me to pay myself first instead of pay myself last. And that pay myself first enabled me to accumulate enough wealth where I don't have to rely on active income for the last 2 years. Here is my paycheck routine when I used to work in the corporate world. Paycheck routine. Pre-tax, before the money get taxed, they go into 401k and HSA, health savings account. So this is pre-tax, before tax, and post-tax, after tax, they go into ESPP, also known as Employee Stock Purchase Plan. This is a post-tax, after tax, and this is a payroll deduction. Then the next portion of the funnel goes into M1 Finance, which is a brokerage account, taxable brokerage account. Goes into Roth IRA, individual retirement account, and also goes into 3 different checking accounts. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And these are direct deposit. The reason I have 3 different checking accounts, checking account number 1 goes toward the needs and wants for the household. So bills, utility, etc., and vacation. Checking account number 2 goes to mortgage payment. And checking account number 3 is an automatic transfer to my 3rd brokerage account. And we also have guilt-free money, guilt-free spending, / allowance for his and her. And for the his portion, what I did is direct deposit that into another brokerage account where I invest the money. And from that brokerage account is when I spend for my wants. So that's my gears, tech gears, anything else that I can think of. Then again, what is left over after that is all in the checking account number 2. And that go to the household spending, needs and wants. To recap for my paycheck routine, pre-tax money get automatically contribute to 401k and HSA, health savings account, and post-tax goes to employee stock purchase plan. That is a payroll deduction. The remaining portion goes direct deposit into multiple accounts for different purposes. 1 to M1 Finance, to Roth IRA account. To be honest, I wish I had started sooner. I didn't have that much into Roth IRA. We only did a couple years of it. But it's better to be late than never. And then 3 different checking accounts serving 3 different purposes. And we also had a guilt-free money to spend. So that was $50 each. $50 doesn't sound like a lot, but that's $200 a month or $2,400 a year. So I took that money and invest that in a brokerage account so that the money that grows, I can use that to spend on anything I want. So when I buy tech gears or any gadgets or any shoes or any outfit that I buy, I don't feel guilty because it's from my money earning me money. And also, that guilt-free money also bought me time of not having to rely on active income. That is powerful. This funnel is what we call pay yourself first. When you get the paycheck, everything get routed, directed to different investment accounts before it goes to the needs and wants. Versus the typical savings, American would have it where you have your paycheck, pay your needs and wants, and if you have anything left over, then you invest and pay yourself, which typically end up to be little or nothing at all. What I hope you get out of this episode is to understand what are your needs, what are your wants, what are your non-negotiable, and understand where your money needs to go. And by understand that, you know exactly how much you can pay yourself first. Have that delayed gratification so that your money can earn money for you that enable you to harvest pieces of it throughout the year and enjoy life today and still have plenty of money to ensure that you setting your future self, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, or even the next generation, for a successful living. Let's face it, cost of living will never go down. It will always go up. Your inflation will always eat up into your savings. Inflation will always make you feel like you can never get ahead, even though you have the merit increase on a yearly basis. And the one way I know how to beat inflation is to allow money to grow money. Because even when you put money into a general index fund like an S&P 500 or total stock market, you still get an average of 9 to 10% return. Even if the inflation is 2.5%, as our Fed Jerome Powell suggested, or at least the target, you are still coming up ahead. And if you spend every dime that you make, and if you rely solely on merit increases, you will never make enough to exceed inflation. When I say you, I mean low to middle income. I mean the frontline workers, the blue collar workers, the frontline leaders, even the middle managers. Your increases on a yearly basis from 0 to 5%, average 2.5 or 3%. If you're lucky, you are basically meeting inflation. But if you're unlucky, what you make on a yearly increase is still not enough to keep up with inflation. So investing in your future is important. We can sit here and blame the government, blame the corporate greed, or we can look at what is the controllable, which is us. What we do with our time, what we do with our money. When I had $0 saved for retirement at age 32, to now have enough money where I don't have to rely on passive income, how corporate structure worked, how government policy worked, never changed. The only difference was me. My mindset shift. Instead of accumulating things, I accumulated wealth. Instead of paying myself last, I'm paying myself first.